Hello, my name is Ed Sylvan. I'm the CEO of Sycamore Entertainment, symbol SEGI, on the OTC Markets. And I'm here today to talk to you about something that's been on my mind for an extremely long time, and I've been trying to find a way to figure out how to communicate it to the general shareholders at large and anybody who participates in the OTC markets. It's been coming in and out of my consciousness for a number of years, and I just think that it's time now that I spoke up and said what I needed to say. I've been doing this, I actually been in the financial markets for more than 30 years, and I've been the CEO of Sycamore Entertainment for more than 20 years. And as time goes on, I just see there's something that's being repeated over and over again, and I just want to just speak to it. And it's just how, there's a number of things, and one of the things is just how many people lose money trading OTC stocks, and the fact that, the reality of the situation is, as the CEO, I see very clearly. I'm at the front of everything and I see how things work. And the fact of the matter is the system is actually rigged against you. And I'm here to just speak on that matter and to search for ideas that I've been contemplating for a long time. And I just want to be able to share these ideas to see if there's something that we can change, because I believe that I have a solution to the problem. I believe that I have a way that will change the way OTC traders make money, the way OTC traders see the markets, and actually offers us a solution to increase the odds in their favor. Because at the way things are going now, the odds are certainly not stacked in your favor. They never have been. I've seen it for years and years. And the fact that the odds are so stacked against you creates this animosity and contempt between the shareholders and the CEOs of these public companies. And I think that has to end. And it's only when that ends will we see change, and will we see success, and we'll increase our odds. So this is the thing that I want to really speak about, and I'm going to talk about some very broad concepts that might seem a little weird. It might seem a little bit philosophical. I'm going to make reference to some things that have absolutely nothing to do with trading, but they have everything to do with success. And one of those things, I'm going to start with just talking about shared goals, shared values. And I think that a lot of the people that get into this market and put their cash at extremely high levels of risk need to stop and ask themselves, why are you doing this? There's so many other shares out there, so many other public companies, Apple and Amazon and Tesla and Nvidia, you name them, that have amazing success stories, and their balance sheets are stellar, and they have reserves of cash on their books, and they're making new and innovative products all the time. And the question is, why would any investor take their hard-earned money and put it at such high levels of risk in the OTC markets, where the companies have no revenues to speak of, they have very little cash, they're on borderline of survival, they're unregulated, reporting is sporadic at best. The question is, why would people do that? And I think that exploring that part of why people are in these markets will answer a lot of questions as to why we're doing this. And my answer to those questions is the fact that we're seeking freedom. And freedom from, it could be your job, it could be the way you do things, it could be freedom from bills, it can be a whole lot of reasons of which I don't know what they are. But the fact of the matter is, that's what you're seeking. And I think that the funny thing is that what you're seeking as a trader is the exact same thing a lot of us CEOs are seeking as the CEOs of these companies, because we too are seeking something better. The thing that we're seeking is to grow our companies, develop our products, increase sales, get to revenue, and just as important, we're looking to get to uplist to more senior exchanges such as NASDAQ or the Amex, or a number of different exchanges that will allow us the freedom to really grow our companies. So at the end of the day, when you really break it down, we're seeking the same thing. We're seeking growth and the capabilities and the ability to move forward. And I think that on that basis, we share a lot of similarities and common goals, because if we can get to what we're looking for, we both accomplish the freedom that we're seeking. I think for traders and investors and speculators, the shares in these public companies on the OTC represent freedom, and they need to be able to be handled in such a way that that freedom could be expressed in the terms of profits, because it's not the money, it's not the shares that you are concerned with, it's the profit from those shares that purchase the freedom that you seek. And I think that if there was a joint understanding of that principle, I think we'll all be able to move forward together. With that said, I'm going to, over the course of this series that I'm putting on YouTube, I'm going to discuss each one of those things in detail, and I'm going to take a deep dive as the CEO, because I carry a tremendous amount of insight, I carry a tremendous amount of knowledge, and I'm going to impart that knowledge on you folks so that you'll be able to understand what we're thinking, and I'll listen to what you're thinking, and then as we go on, we'll truly come to the understanding that we're both seeking the same thing. But because in my years of being a CEO at SEGI TV, I noticed that and through all the different dealings on the OTC, that there's just been a tremendous amount of contempt between shareholders and the CEOs, because of the fact that shareholders feel that we have inside secrets that we're not sharing, they're being kept in the dark, and the fact that we are making money or taking money at the expense of the shareholder. And sometimes that may be true, but more often than not, us CEOs, what we're actually trying to do is grow our companies by any means possible. And there's that disconnect and that reality that causes a lot of shareholders to feel left out, and that's where that contempt comes from. And I'm here in this series to be able to dispel a lot of those myths, and to show you that we actually seek the same thing. And if we can work together in this process, I feel that we can achieve the success that we're both seeking if we work together, because at the end of the day, we need each other. And I'm going to explain how and why as this series goes on. So I just wanted to drop this quick message for you now, so that you know that we're going to be taking a journey on this to be able to explain how we're going to be able to achieve this goal and all of the ins and outs of what it's going to take, because it's going to take a tremendous change of mindset in order to be able to achieve these goals. And as I said earlier, I'm going to dispel a lot of myths on how a lot of traders think. And the reason why I can do that is because I get a lot of feedback. As the CEO of SEGI and the CEO of Sycamore Entertainment, I get a lot of feedback from shareholders, both positive and negative, and I take this information in, and I'm able to discern what the sentiment is, what people are thinking, dissect it, and put it together in such a way that I can explain it back to you. I can give you an insight into what we do, how we do, what we do, how we think, and what motivates us and drives us in order to be able to take these companies forward. And I think together with this journey, we're going to be able to find the fact that we have more in common than you would think, and we're on the same side of the table when it comes to moving forward in an effort to be able to find what we ultimately seek, which is that freedom from where we're standing right now. So with that, I'm going to end this video, and I'm going to keep pushing, and I'm going to make a lot of other videos that are talking about each one of those points in detail until we can get to an understanding to see if we can move this thing forward. Okay? I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.